Greetings, everyone, and a very warm welcome to another edition of Marketing the Invisible. I'm Tom Poland, beaming out to you from the Sunshine Coast in Australia, joined today by Jess Kotzer. Jess, g'day from down under. Very warm welcome. Where are you hanging out?
I'm hanging out in Toronto, sort of.
Toronto.
I won't say where I am. Let's just say Toronto.
Okay. Yeah, too many stalkers. I get that all the time. I understand. For those of you who don't know Jess, she is the queen of automating collaborations to drive prospects and clients into your business seamlessly and relentlessly and predictably. Title today, Jess, is How to Attract Promotional Partners Regardless of the Business Stage You're at. Our 7 minutes is going to start now. Question number one is, who is your ideal client?
Okay, thanks, Tom. So my ideal client is someone who values relationships, business and personal relationships, right? And we want to create systems to actually scale our communications with the closest people in our lives, our current, past, and active clients and partners, our parents and grandparents and grandkids. So we want to talk about forming genuine friendships with our partners in this case, without burning out and actually feeling more energized, because collaboration is just more fun when we have real friendships with these people.
It is fun, and you don't often hear the concept of collaboration, automating, or systemation in the same sentence. Well, I'm intrigued. Tell us a bit, if you would. Question two, just over 6 minutes left. How would you define the problem that you solve for your clients?
So I think a big problem with small brands is they don't have systems in place. And
Right.
we kind of get together on calls and plan to make plans. And then with bigger brands, it can feel really transactional. And we can have super affiliates and we can have all of these people who are promoting us, but we can't maintain this really personalized level of communication with all of these people. So I'd like to make maintaining these like highly personalized communications easy by creating workflows really that turn check-ins, happy holidays, whether it's Hanukkah or Christmas or whatever it is, introductions, pitches, and onboarding processes into automated processes that save hundreds of hours without skipping out on the human stuff.
And I know that was part of your thing, is to try to avoid those hundreds of hours through systemization and automation and so on. Let's go to question three. At 5 minutes left, what would you say is going on in the life or the business of someone who would be your ideal client, but before they start working with you? In other words, what are some of sort of the symptoms that people would go, yeah, that's happening in my business. I need to find out more about what Jess does.
Yeah. So do you remember those old credit card imprinter machines? Like 30 years ago. And we'd wait in line and have these credit card machines. And it was normal. But today, 5 minutes of waiting for that in line would feel like such a waste of time. And I think a lot of things we do today are robotic tasks that we can automate. And we don't really think about automating communications because we think that's robotic. Like automations are for robotic stuff, and we want to keep it human and personalized. So I like to think the real problem is being in a constant state of robot mind and not really thinking that we can put in systems that are actually really good for maintaining our relationships and building them.
Right. So there can be what's going on could be that people are, you mentioned it before, random acts of marketing. You just get together, meet. We don't have any predictability automation, and I suppose a lot of people are doing that because they want to keep it personal.
Yeah, and there's like personalized emails that take us 15 minutes to write, which is actually 13 hours of our life if we do that every week. And then there's canned emails, and I want to find something in between that we can actually automate.
Get that, the sweet spot between personalization and customization or automation. So what would you say are some of the mistakes that people make? We've got 3.5 minutes left. The wanting to establish quality relationships with prospects, they're going to be trying stuff. What are they trying that's just never going to work that well?
I think super common mistakes are coming into this from a scarcity mindset and wanting to collaborate with anybody. And I really appreciate people who are kind of sassy and have automated their boundaries. Like I confirm that this is indeed my audience and that we are aligned. So we can automate that automate some boundaries, put some filters in place. But then
Right.
also think about all of those conversations you're going to have where you get off the phone, you set dates, you had some laughs. We want to put those into our next email, but have the rest of it, the script
Right.
where we, here's my swipe file, here's all the information you need. That's just set and forget. That's the automated part. And the human part is the PS and the personal connection and the dates. So really thinking about the minimum amount that you need to add, that is actually the most human part of the email.
And you're continuing to improve that by the sound of it as well. You get another idea, something didn't work quite so well last time, you put that into the system. So it mitigates the likelihood of it happening again. Very good, thank you. 2 minutes left. Question 5, a top tip. It's not going to solve the whole problem for people. They might need you for that, but it might take them a step in the right direction. What have you got? An action item or a top tip?
So without getting too nerdy, I like to think of everything in terms of workflows. And the beginning of a workflow for collaboration is this person a friend? If yes, it's the last thing I did. Check in with them or ask them for a favor. If you ask them for a favor, check in. If you checked in, now you can ask for a collaboration or a partnership. If they're a newbie and you're kind of prospecting, then reach out and build rapport. Think of slow burn romance. Reach out and thank them for a unique selling proposition that they have and start a dialogue. So really think about step 1 is just building rapport with the types of different scripts you would have for check-ins with friends versus prospects.
Perfect. Thank you for that. Great top tip. A bit like dating in a way. You want a slow burn romance. I love that phrase. So question 6 is one valuable free resource we can direct people to. I'm going to give the answer just for the sake of time, folks. You go to www.sellwithcollabs.com, sellwithcollabs.com. And what are they going to discover there just in 10 seconds? What are they going to find there?
You'll find resources to collaborate like scripts and workshops where you can learn a little bit more about automation, thinking about collaboration in terms of automation.
There's so much there. It just looks brilliant. So it's sellwithcollabs.com. Last questions, 14 seconds left. What's the one question I should have asked you? And the answer.
How do we automate communications without losing our human touch? Think about the PS field, the personal connection field after hey, first name. Think about adding your human touch there and then script the rest.
Nice touch. All right. Thanks, Jess, so much for your time.
Thank you, Tom.
Thanks for checking out our Marketing the Invisible podcast. If you like what we're doing here, please head over to iTunes to subscribe, rate us, and leave us a review. It's very much appreciated. And if you want to generate 5 fresh leads in just 5 hours, then check out www.5hourchallenge.com.